real pleased with our team tonight. Another good win against a real quality opponent, a team that only lost to Boston College on Sunday by one possession. Was really impressed. Love their offense. They play an old style motion offense where they screen off the ball. You don't see that very often today, and was really impressed. I worked for a couple motion guys early in my career. It's not an easy thing to teach, especially in today's era. So love their offense, and defensively they play with heart and a little chippiness. They're physical. If you don't know why, they remind you of some of the old UNH teams. Coach Harrion is now on the bench with Chris Krause. So you've got an unbelievable offensive mind in Chris Krause and a defensive whiz and madman in Billy Harrion. That's a hell of a combination, along with a good team and kids that play hard, play with a chip on their shoulder. So we did just enough to win at the right time. This guy was great. Proud of him. I talked to my team a lot about it's not going to be the same guys every night, and you're not going to always be the hot hand. The game's not going to always flow the way you want it, and there may be extended games where it doesn't happen for you, right? You got two choices. You can sulk, you can blame other people, or you can try and make it work and stay the course and stay positive. That's what he did. So I don't know next game if it's going to flow like it did for him this game, but I'm confident that either way, he wants to win. So was real happy that he made it through, I won't say some tough times because he still helped us, but offensively it just didn't happen for him. That's fine. He was a playmaker, and today it happened for him. Ant's been one of our most consistent guys. It's hard to keep him off the floor. I want both these guys to know when their feet are set and they're open, I want them to shoot the three-point shot. They're both better three-point shooters than they even realize, and I'm fully confident in both of them. But more importantly than that, great win. Glad these guys played a big role, and not much time before we got another game on Saturday against Boston University.
Quincy, why was tonight the hot hand for you? Why was it?
I don't know, just waiting my turn, I guess. Just every day, just doing the same things and just, like I said, just waiting my turn, pretty much.
Coach, you mentioned something earlier about playing whoever's hot, and the rotation's not going to look the same every night. One thing I noticed was in that first half, Cam Morris started off the game, then kind of sat for a while and came back, and during that time he was sitting, kind of let Stonehill come back into the game. Was that just more of a case of trying to get some of the other guys going here, or was it just something else?
I don't think our rotation was any different. I'll have to go back. It's really hard to pinpoint, what's responsible for another team's run versus our run. It's not a one-on-one statistical game. No. It's not baseball. No. There's 5 moving parts on both teams. So, like I said, you look at the plus minus. Sometimes that's not even truly indicative of how valuable a kid was in when he was in there or not in there. So, I don't think our lineup changed much. I'd have to go back and check. I know Max got a second foul early and a third foul.
Third foul, yeah. The second half,
yeah.
Right.
I'll have to go back.
Right.
But again, that's the beauty of having depth, is to be able to make it through foul trouble or if some guy's not having a good night. But as I've said all along, we've got to accept the depth and embrace it. And what does that mean? It sounds good, right? But it means possibly fewer minutes for some guys.
Right. Yeah.
So
right.
If you're going to embrace it, you really got to understand what it means.
After the 12-0 run that you guys started the game on, how did that end up being a tie game at the half, Anthony?
I think it's a game of runs. Sometimes, they had a lot of good shots in the beginning too, and they just weren't hitting. So I think they just started to get in rhythm a little bit, and we had to readjust. But it's a game of runs, so things like that happen all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of just not only to say bound to happen, but usually when teams go down that much, they kind of start locking in, playing a little bit sharper, somehow just find an opportunity for themselves. And I'm just glad we stayed the course. And huge shot by Ant at the end of the half. People don't realize how big that shot really was. Tie it back up.
And I think conversely, and this isn't just my guys, it's teams all over the country, there's a tendency to let down when you get ahead. And that's why you see a game that has so many ebbs and flows, because, you know, that's what you're dealing with. So you got to try and guard against that the best you can. I think we're slowly getting better at it.
But Ant and Quincy, what do you guys think makes your team so dangerous at the end of games and being able to come back and close things out like you have lately?
I feel like we just have a lot of threats, to be honest. And like Coach always just preaches, just making the right play. If the ball's in the right guy's hands, like our team is so talented that if we get the right shot for, you know, whoever's on the court, I'm really confident they can make it. So just staying the course and just playing together.
I think like throughout the season, like we've gotten better and better at staying poised, especially in those last few minutes where it's like it's critical, especially in a close game. So I think we've been doing a good job just like taking care of the ball. And Martin's been great with the thumbs down too.
Don't give away our secrets.
And, yeah, I think we, you know, staying poised throughout the end of the game.
Hey, these guys are good, aren't they?
They are.
Maybe
you
good
guys
enough
know-
where I could take a night off.
You-
I'd be more than confident. Let them take care of it.
2 games left of non-conference basketball. What do you guys want to do before you start playing conference games on the first weekend of January? Besides the win, I mean, what do you guys want to really focus on and make sure you're ready for when January 4th comes?
I just think honing in on like making the right plays. I think that's the biggest thing. We've been reiterating that in practice, and I think that's going to be the biggest thing. We have, as Quincy said, we have a lot of threats, and once we learn how to, you know, be selfless and move the ball and make these plays, like I think we're unstoppable. So
My thing is like our team is good right now, but just hoping that we don't get complacent. I said this last time, just keep finding a way to push ourselves in a new way. So we don't know how good we can really be at the end of the year. Just keep going every single day, and I feel like these last 2 games, just lock in on the small things and just carry it over and have a fresh start for conference play.
I love both answers. I love your initial. There was no question. The one word that was most important to him was win.
Right.
And if that's the case with all of us, then we're gonna win more, and we're gonna make the right plays, and we're gonna make the winning plays because we know what it takes to win. So if that's our number one focus and that's in front of our mind all the time, we're gonna play the right way.
Do you guys feel like you've learned a little bit about not only yourselves but also the group as a whole during this last like 3-game stretch where the games feel closer than they should be, but you're still trying to still finding ways to come out and win?
Yeah, like I said, like last game we went down 11, and then today we were the team that was up by a lot, and they crept back in the game. So just showing a lot of balance in our team, just not losing any fight. Just play the whole game, no matter how things go, tough times, like things go well, just keep playing hard.
I think we've been doing a good, like having a team with a lot of newer guys. It's always a period where you have to, you know, get to know each other and get to know each other's game, learn how to play off each other, learn each other's tendencies, things like that. But I think in the last few games we've been doing a great job of like when we do have a slump, getting out of that slump and getting out of that slump in the right way.
Why?
Because we're moving the ball.
Why else?
I just feel like we're united for real. I mean, like
We're more united.
Yeah.
We're communicating better with each other.
Yeah.
And we faced adversity the last 3 games.
Mhm.
We could have
Sure.
lost all those games.
Sure.
So we faced adversity early on. Did we handle it as well as we have recently? No. Our communication's gotten better, and our resolve and our fight through adversity without breaking down. Both those things have got a little better.
And that's been the benefit of the 5-game homestand, that you haven't had to travel, you haven't had to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So you can really work on these things before you start
Yeah,
conference
we
play.
threw a lot at this group early.
Yeah.
That was a tough travel schedule,
Yeah.
West Coast, 2
Right.
high major teams. We came home, we played, I don't know how many games, 6 games in 15 days.
Yes,
We went back out to
something
St.
like that.
Louis. So it was front loaded. We knew that, but maybe in hindsight that was a good thing because maybe it pushed us to the point where we said, you know what, we got to make some changes.
Yeah.
And believe me, we're not perfect. We know that. We got to stay humble. We got to stay coachable. But I think we're on the right track. We've made some progress, and we just got to keep doing that. Stay humble.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Nice, yes. Thank you.